I refuse to let my sister's boyfriend stay at my house even though he's family now. My sister Elena called me last Tuesday at 11 p.m. crying. She had just gotten kicked out of her apartment for the third time this year because her boyfriend Trent had been throwing parties and the neighbors complained. Again, I live in a decent 2-bedroom apartment with my roommate Kevin. We split everything 50-50 and have a good system going. When Elena called asking if she and Trent could crash at my place just for a few weeks, I told her she could sleep on the couch, but Trent needed to figure something else out. She lost it, started screaming about how Trent was family now since they'd been together for 8 months. And how could I split them up when they were in crisis? I reminded her that this was the same guy who stole my PlayStation when he visited for my birthday and tried to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. I only found out because one of my friends saw the listing and recognized it. Elena said he was going through a rough patch and that I was being petty. This is the same rough patch that's lasted the entire time they've been together. Trent hasn't held a job for more than 3 weeks. He got fired from McDonald's for showing up high, got fired from Target for arguing with customers, and got fired from a gas station for giving free energy drinks to his friends. But the real kicker happened 2 months ago. Elena had saved up money for community college classes, and Trent convinced her to lend him $800 to invest in cryptocurrency. Of course, the money disappeared, and now she can't afford school. When I brought this up, she said I didn't understand their relationship and that couples support each other. So when she showed up at my door the next day with Trent standing behind her holding a garbage bag full of clothes, I let Elena in and told Trent he couldn't stay. He immediately started getting loud, saying I was being disrespectful to my sister's man, and that family sticks together. Kevin came out of his room to see what was happening, and Trent told him to mind his own business. That's when Trent made his biggest mistake. He pushed past me into my apartment and sat down on my couch like he owned the place. Started talking about how he'd sleep there and Elena could have my room. I told him to get out and he laughed, saying, "Make me, little man. I'm not big, but I'm not stupid either." I called the cops and told them someone had forced their way into my apartment and was refusing to leave. Trent's face went white because apparently he had a warrant out for unpaid tickets. The cops showed up and Elena watched them handcuff her boyfriend and take him away. She blamed me for ruining their lives and said I'd never understand what real love looks like. I told her she could stay for exactly 1 week to figure things out, but if she brought Trent back or gave him my address, she'd be out too. 3 days later, I came home from work and found Trent sitting at my kitchen table eating my food. Elena had given him her key. I didn't say a word, just started packing his stuff into trash bags while he yelled at me. Called Kevin to come home early and we both carried Trent's bags to the parking lot. Elena tried to stop us, crying and saying we were being heartless. I handed her the bags and told her they had 1 hour to be gone before I called the cops again. She said I was choosing to destroy our family over some guy I barely knew. But here's the thing, she was right about one part. I was choosing not to let some loser who steals from me, disrespects my home, and drags my sister down live in my space. I was choosing not to enable their toxic cycle anymore. They left that night and Elena hasn't spoken to me since.